Can you say hello, friends? Hello, friends. Welcome to our video. We want to talk to you about our brand new clothing line.
You open first.
This one.
That one came out so good.
Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Julie.
I like it.
Try it again.
Kira.
Yeah, good job.
Good.
Good job.
And we're
Butter
putting together.
Good job. You guys like your hoodies?
Mm-hmm.
This is our older design. This is our first design that the kids are wearing.
And then this is our second design.
That's true. We all have. And this is our third. This is our final design.
So this is literally a family business.
We draw all of our drawings when the kids are running around us. This is our inspiration, our family, and our YouTube family. So you guys are universe. You're our inspiration too, because we're all about community, positivity, and a little bit of quirky humor. Lincoln is really proud to be part of the Butter Together team.
I like tacos.
Yes, he loves tacos. He inspires some of our designs. He makes some decisions with color choices, or he'll criticize things as a way that only kids, in all honesty, can be like, why does he look like he's holding that? Or he looks like a pickle. He doesn't, so it's like, he makes his comments. And I think one day, Lincoln, because you love drawing too, maybe you can come up with your own line. A kid's line drawn by a kid. What do you think? Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
Yay! Aww. Are you in a good mood today?
Taylor, do you like Butter Together?
Yes.
Oh. If you wanted to support us in any way, here's a tangible way to do it through our new merch. We're gonna have lots of different drops and collections, and they will only be available for a limited time. So you gotta get them while you can. Our story begins back in 2013 in Orange County, California, when I was working full-time as a food blogger from our apartment. And Joe was actually working full-time as a graphic designer across the street. We only had one car at the time, so I spent a lot of time alone. And to kind of ward off the boredom, I started drawing a lot in my sketchbook. Actually, this sketchbook right here. It's hard to imagine that I needed to kill time back then. Like I have no time now. As a chef who loves to draw, I always had a dream of one day making my own illustrated cookbook. He knows that.
Mm-hmm.
I just started drawing these kind of like fun characters, food-based fruits and vegetables mostly. And I just started coming up with like little food puns to go with them. That gave me an idea for our product line. And I used some of those characters, or I used a couple of those characters to put on baby onesies. Joe was busy with work at the time, but he would help me on weekends to digitize my hand drawings. He always said that you need to turn it into a vector, and so that you can like scale it up and down. So he did that for me, and we started out with two characters, a carrot and a pear, and Small Bites was born.
So these are our two characters, baby pear, and this is baby carrot.
So there's also our logo in the back. And we called it Small Bites Baby.
Right on the booty.
Because we figured that it would expand to different things like maybe Small Bites Kids. Before I became a chef, I actually was a fashion designer in New York City. So that's why designing and drawing has always been a part of me. I went to school for fashion design and I worked in the industry before I became married to Joe, but he met me as a fashion designer. So in a way, after becoming a chef, drawing a clothing line based on food kind of made sense. Right? Because it's like food and fashion combined together. At the time, we didn't have kids when we had Small Bites Baby, but we did both have a niece and a nephew who were like baby to toddler age. And so that's why we kind of came up with the onesie idea. We also thought it was like a good entry point because we knew that it could be packaged as a gift. We decided to create cute, whimsical food characters with a touch of humor. So like our signature was that they always had this kind of like diaper with a safety pin look. So to start off, we had to invest a sizable chunk of money, first off, because there was no such thing as print on demand. So it was like you buy your inventory in all the different SKUs, all the different sizes, and you just like hope for the best. So we decided to only do the two characters because then it's like two different designs with all their sizes. That's like a lot to begin with. And we had to buy like a certain quantity of onesies too, because if you're going to get it printed from like the company, you have to buy like a certain amount. We had to also invest in like packaging material, and we had to think about all that too. So we decided to sell on Etsy. We were under there as Small Bites, or I Love Small Bites. And so like it ended up being like this. This is still an old ski one that we have left over.
We have some more left. Maybe we should sell
what we have left over. It comes packaged like this, and a little magnet with a baby food recipe that actually we stick on.
Anybody want these?
Yeah. That means we had to pack them into takeout containers, design our own labels, cut ribbons. I remember cutting out like the bite mark by hand.
I mean, we wanted to be a premium feel, so then we packaged everything up.
This is all before Cricut and all that kind of stuff. We found that people were buying them as gifts, especially for first-time parents. And that actually caught the attention of one big design blogger, which we were so surprised about. But because of that, we blew up, and then we started selling a lot off of Etsy. And we had to like go to the print company and work with them directly. We had to keep checking in on them. We did quality control ourselves by snapping and unsnapping. Not only did we sell a lot of our first batch, but we also then got noticed by a store in Houston, of all things, and we were in California at this time. We ended up selling most of our inventory at the Houston store. And so because of that made us pretty much run out of our inventory. Yes, we have like a few left over. And after we sold out, we decided not to print for a second drop. I know that sounds kind of funny, but you know, honestly, there was like a lot of things that weren't so rosy when we were dealing with it. We mentioned quality control, like it was hard to keep the prints consistent. Like they would shift just a little and then they were off, but we'd have to eat those goods anyway.
Because we were like also just perfectionist. And so we had a particular way of presenting ourselves. So
we're still perfectionists. It's like so hard. We wanted to get this fall line out 2 months ago, but you can tell like how much we care about our products. And so we'd have to eat up the mistakes. We'd have to eat up the raw goods or anything that wasn't right. And so that just ended up costing so much money. But on top of it, storage was an issue because we just were living out of our apartment at the time. So they were just like littered up in our living room. And then the dream eventually fizzled, I think. We just kind of let it die out.
Well, and then also we started focusing more on cooking content on YouTube. So that's kind of where our efforts and time shifted to. So I was still working, and so we were doing this on weekends.
So I titled this next part, The Dream Begins Again. Okay, because fast forward 10 years later to the year 2023. The dream came back alive, almost accidentally and without even noticing it at first.
Yeah, so we were both focusing on the Chef Julie Yoon stuff, but then I wanted something on my own where I could just kind of focus and kind of just run with it. And so this idea of print on demand, which is pretty much printing stuff on a one-off, not 100, 200 sets of designs and t-shirts and sweatshirts and all that stuff.
Yeah, so he started out trying to do this print-on-demand business on his own on Etsy. He was just playing the algorithm, right? It's like whatever was popular or trending at the time. But he's just meeting demand, like whatever seems to trend. So I just feel like you're just playing numbers game. You're competing against everyone else on Etsy doing exactly the same stuff. Like what sets you apart? This doesn't even seem like your aesthetic. Deep down inside, I always wanted merch for our Chef Julie Yoon brand. But I've said this to my friends too. I've always wanted merch that was not about me, right? So it's like Chef Julie Yoon. I don't want like Chef Julie Yoon stuff, like all plaster. I don't really have these famous catchphrases that I say a lot. Like I really wanted something that was bigger than me and that was apart from me, but was like nodding at us. So after he did his little print on demand shop, I kind of like infiltrated it. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I can design for you. And then somehow I just kept drawing these like smiling foods. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is like Small Bites again. But I didn't even pick two and two together at first. I don't know why. I don't know. Food puns have always just come out naturally for me. I'm a little bit of like a dad joke cornball. And it's like how I naturally talk. Hold on one moment, please. And so like, I think that most people, when they think of me, they say that I'm positive and approachable, and I also am like a wordsmith. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of true actually. I love like playing with words. We came up with the name Butter Together, and the reason is because I really do feel like it is talking about the two of us together, bringing both of our ideas and talents to the table and collaborating in the best way. This was more kind of like our secret side hustle because we actually never mentioned it to you formally. So we sold on Etsy with just a few designs, and it was kind of like what we called our bread and butter line, but we've now expanded it. So go check out our website. It's a new improved website that will leave a link for you down below. Joe's currently still working on it as we're filming this video, so hopefully it's done by the time you see this. But we have now decided to stray away from Etsy. But in the beginning, we sold on Etsy, and then thankfully, due to our friends and family with this kind of like secret soft launch, we sold about 67 pieces and even became a star seller for the month for having good quality, good customer service, shipping on time, and having good reviews. So we thank all of our community for that. However, just like Small Bites, due to problems with printing and consistency and quality, lack of time to upkeep the shop and produce new designs, we eventually let this shop fizzle as well. We had other pressing projects come up too to take up our time, so we didn't really have time to upkeep with the shop and put out new designs and kind of maintain it. But now those projects have subsided and we have time to think, and we really decided to start up this line again. Do you even know like why we decided to start it up again?
I mean, we were never gonna stop, and so it just took a break, refigured things out, rethink about our branding, our business model, and so we're coming up with a 2.0 version, and then we're expanding our collection as well.
And so now is the time we finally wanted to introduce Butter Together to you officially, Butter Together 2.0. Make sure you follow us on our social media accounts. We're everywhere from TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Share with your friends, support us, and purchase. And any designs that you see in our collections most likely will only be there for a limited time. So you have to grab them while you can. We think this is a way of keeping our shop fresh and exciting and creative and relevant at the time. You know, we're a little behind with the seasonal line, but this is one of the pieces from here. It's a little pumpkin pie. It says "Peace be with you" with a little peace sign. And this is actually my handwriting right here.
It's
Ooh. Well, I like the color.
peace be with you.
Wow, this is Mommy's handwriting too.
I chose the color.
You did. Lincoln chose the color. And this is an upcoming design that's going to be in this sushi collection because Joe loves sushi. So I made this actually for him in mind. Oh, I like this color. What do you think, Joe?
Looks nice.
And so this is kind of like our fall, and then this is our sushi. So you can tell we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, like crew necks, like this, and hoodies. And that's what we have so far, but we plan to expand for different products. So keep that in mind. So this is, Lincoln wanted the same thing to match his dad.
Me? Yay, finally. I can get my own t-shirt.
Kid size.
Just roll with it.
So all of our t-shirts are the super soft quality. So we like to call our line Cozy Comforts because we are very particular about the way things feel. So like all of our materials are super soft and cozy and comfy. Isn't it very soft against your skin?
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is the little kids version. So we're gonna talk about a few of the changes. So there's an option to personalize your garments. It is for the long sleeve embroidered. So I feel like that's extra special. And this is our little new logo, the Butterman, we like to call him.
Is that sushi lover? Because I love sushi.
We'll have tags on most of our clothing. I have personalization on this one too. So this one says inhale, exhale, because I thought peace be with you. I kind of like those vibes. But you could put your name, you could put initials, you could put your family and friends, you could put a mantra. Another change is that, yeah, we're moving from Etsy onto Shopify.
Still a work in progress. Just go to our website. It will have all the detailed information about our launch process. Sign up for our mailing list to get immediate notification when our next collection will drop. It's all be at buttertogethershop.com.
We'll leave a link below in the description box and also on our screen. And along with us changing where we sell our items, we also decided to switch vendors. And so I feel like that's going to be more of that description in our second video if you want to listen to the behind the scenes in our journey of like what it took to get here. You can leave a comment down below if you want to hear more and see more about our process, and we'll break it down into detail, like everything we've been going through. Because like all of these behind us, we had to purchase with our own money. Some of them are flops. Some of them we had hard lessons the hard way. And we are perfectionists, like we said, so we make sure everything is quality. And because I come from a fashion design background, and I was a technical designer too, so I cared about like quality control, and he was also like in advertising and graphic design, so I think we both like truly genuinely care about our craft. And so we'll talk about that in a part 2 in the next video. So let us know down below if you want to hear that and you want to see that, and us talking more in detail about like everything, like why are we doing a Butter Together 2.0? How come we didn't announce it before? For me, I just think it's super cool that God redeemed my original drawings from 11 years ago to now, that these didn't go to waste, that actually some of these puns that I put in there I'm using again. Like I actually forgot about some of these puns, like all these little drawings. Look at them mocking it up on t-shirts we never produced. I would eventually love to have things like mugs and totes and kitchen towels and maybe even aprons. But yeah, and I still have the dream of one day doing an illustrated cookbook. So maybe that will still come alive. I think these characters could easily become like
characters.
Yeah, these characters can be
live
characters.
characters.
Yeah, so
have a story behind them.
I could also imagine our designs being on other items one day too. Who knows? I feel like the sky's the limit, and I think that's the exciting part. Stressful too, right?
Everything in life worth doing is stressful.
It's super stressful, especially as you can hear, our kids are just like running around causing a ruckus, and we don't have any childcare for Taylor during the day yet. She's not in preschool, so it's just a lot trying to handle it all. So we are kind of slow growing, but really trying our best. I just do it at like sketches at like 2 a.m. or like early in the morning. And we can't wait to see you on social media as you purchase our items and you tag us at Butter Together Shop to let us know that you're part of our community. And especially if you're a longtime viewer, you've always wanted a way to kind of like support us and figure out how to be like part of our universe. Like this is a good way to do it. You guys could even chime in on like what kind of designs you might like to see next. We read all the comments. So like if you are a lover of a taco or an avocado or something, like let me know. You can even leave a comment below this video if you want to see something else coming up. We obviously have a lot of designs in the works, and we have some designs back here that we will show you in our next video.
A whole journey and process.
Yeah.
Each sweatshirt, t-shirt, hoodie is a story of its own. What succeeded, what failed. So it's a learning process. And
before we sign off, finally have a new tagline too, and it's going to be "Let's be taste buds." Get it? Gotta like one more time before we go. So butter together, let's be taste buds, and we hope you stay hungry for more. See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.